This is Ben Sherman, owner and operator of GTS Classic Motors, and today I'd like to give you a walk-around video on our 1970 AMC Rebel machine. This is one of only 1,000 produced in the red, white, and blue paint scheme, and a one-year run made by AMC to compete against the big three. This car is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to give you a walk-around and then we'll get under the hood, just to show you how straight the lines are on the car and how gorgeous the paint is. The car is all original. It's a 14,800 mile original example. We have documentation such as letters from the original owner for the car. Going down the driver's side. Forgive me, but I've got the car inside. It's been a little rainy here today. I do have the doors open so we can get some natural light on the car. However, you will hear some traffic from time to time. The car has its original, which are super rare, all four press-fit AMC wheels with the chrome trim ring that's pressed on. These are impossible to find. I was told the last full set went for in excess of $4,000, and that was many years ago. So starting up front here, give you a nice view of the car, nice and straight. I'm going to open the hood. You'll notice an exquisitely detailed engine compartment. And before we get going any further, I will note we have the heater core bypassed. We just installed one, and we've got to, of course, put the lines back on, which we will be doing. But other than that, we've gone through the car, fully serviced, all the brakes adjusted, oil change, filter, points, condenser, plugs, wires, cap, rotor, set the base timing. We lined the car up, flushed all the fluids. It's just in great shape. This is, incidentally, the original numbers matching 390 AMC motor in this car. These are valve covers from the dealer. We have the original valve covers with the VIN tag on them. Also, you'll notice the car currently has headers on it, as you can see. You can see we have a AMC Champion filter down there. Headers on this set, of course, as well. We do have, though, the original, which are extremely difficult to find, exhaust manifolds with the smog ports. And, of course, you'll notice this pulley here, the belt is unhooked. But given the fact that we have the original manifolds, if someone wanted to source the original smog components, they could put it back to 100% stock. However, we like the way it sounds with the headers on it and performs. And those were a dealer-installed accessory as well. Another rare thing here, you'll see the original washer bag and pump. You can see how nice and solid all the metal structure is under here. Most of these are long gone and rotten away. In fact, speaking with the registrar, I believe there are only around 600 of these left in the world. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous car. Original ground strap. You can see the engine's nice and painted and detailed. Spend a little time under here and show you around. Car has a new air cleaner. And then also, this is the original. Well, I shouldn't say the original. We found one of these. Don't ask what it cost, because the other one had deteriorated some. This is an original, new old stock AMC Ram Air rubber piece that we found in the box. Paid dear money for it, but I wanted it all original. That's the original machine dipstick. There are differences. Of course, power disc brakes on this car. You'll notice the original air catcher system, fully functional. The vacuum opening system there. And we did install all new AMC wiring to the original hood tack. That was something we did maintenance-wise on the car. Coolant's been flushed and changed. So all in all, a super detailed motor. Ready for show and go. And like all our cars at GTS Classic Motors, we like our cars to run and drive as good as they look. We just had this car at the local Bayfront Car Cruise. It got more attention than any other car there. People just don't see these anymore. And guys that know what they are know that this was a potent machine back in 1970. In fact, this car was faster than just about anything the Big Three put out, quarter-mile time, and hopped up a little bit. It was extremely fast. Great traction. Of course, this has a locking rear differential in it. 4-speed with Hurst Performance Shift Package. Shifter's phenomenal in this car. Runs and drives down the road nice and straight. Settles into a nice idle. Runs excellent. Brakes are all new and adjusted. Again, we are running radial TAs on the car. We can get an original set of the polyglass tires if someone wanted them. I kind of like the way the car handles with the BF Goodrich, but most of my cars I do put polyglass back on them or Speedways. These were an E60-15, very wide and rare tire for the era originally, and they would have came on the Hemi Cudas as well. They are available still. So we'll start in here, opening up the door. You can see original AMC interior trim. This is how you know if it's a machine, because the machines would have had the chrome here. If they're a reproduction or out of just a Rambler, they would not have this chrome here. Those are original and unobtainable. Original wheel, shift knob, 14,800 original miles. The radio works in the car, lights all work in the car, owner's manual for the car, dated and correct American safety seat belts, both sides. Of course, the fold down, red, white, and blue color scheme AMC center console. That is the original shift knob and the original Hurst setup. Of course, you had a machine logo over there. Ashtray. The dash is exquisite on the car. Rebel logo over there. There's no cracks in the dash or imperfections. It's all original. Original mirror. Headliner is excellent in the car. The belts for the shoulders are up there and secured properly and original. I've seen a lot of these, and many of these cars, you know, these backs are always broken. They're like a plastic material, and they're not available. These ones are in great shape. You can see the seat is all original in the back. We just had the car out at a car show, so it's a little dirty. We try to take all our cars out and put 300-400 miles a year on them. We love the cars, love driving them. Of course, let me stop here a second. I might have got ahead of myself. I'm going to shut this hood. And of course, the original, I don't know if you can see that, AMC hood-mounted tack. And just a view from the cockpit. It's quite impressive as you're shifting gears in this car. You can see that right there. And that's quite a sight. Roof of the car is nice. You can see the paint has excellent depth. It's in beautiful shape. The stripes are excellent. We have a brand new Pennsylvania inspection on the car just done. The windows go up and down, the bright work, the trim, the glass is excellent. Quarters are excellent, all original. And again, those wheels are just gorgeous. A lot of guys try to replicate them with steel wheels, and they use Camaro trim rings, and they just never look right. These ones are the original machine wheels. Of course, the back of the car, dual exhaust. The exhaust is all newer. I'll show you in the trunk here next. Of course, on the back of the trunk lid, you have the third machine logo. Forgive me, fourth machine logo. 2 on both sides, 1 on the back, and then 1 on the glove box. They were proud of that nomenclature back then. Of course, we remember the Up With The Machine girls walking around. You'll notice the original instructions affixed to the deck lid. And what I love is the originality of this car. Has the original air canister and hideaway spare there, which is really, really cool. That is the original for this car, anchored in there. You can see how solid the car is. No stories with this car. Original metal, just excellent. We just put a full tank of fuel in it coming back from the show. Of course, we only run ethanol free in our cars. We'll walk around to this side real quick. Again, give you a view of those quarters. I'll tell you, when you drive down the road in this car, the amount of heads you see turning is just remarkable. When we pulled into the Bayfront Car Show, people were almost running to see the car because they just hadn't seen one. And people that aren't familiar with what the car is, you know, they would ask questions like, is that original? And in terms of the paint and how it looks. And of course it was. This is how it was back then. AMC worked very hard on this car to deliver a true performance driving vehicle. This was a mid-size back then. Although it seems rather large today, this car was a mid-size. I love the fit and finish of the doors, the gaps. Metal is just huge on these old cars. You can just see how solid it is. There's no stories with this one. So this car was just driven approximately 60 miles to that car show. Ran and drove great, nice and cool. All the gauges work in the car. And you'll notice here, car has its original VIN tag and riveted tag. All the numbers line up. Of course, the dash tag. Still riveted in by its rosette rivets. Seldom do you find a 14,000 mile example of the quality this car has. Looks nice next to our 70 Shelby in the background, although the machine would definitely put the GT350 to shame. The view from the back of the car. So if you've been looking for one of these and want one that, in my opinion, is probably one of the nicest ones around in terms of the quality, the fit, the finish, the originality, the original parts, and these cars are all about the original parts. Most of these do not have original components, and people have had to improvise over the years. This is a great car, and we'll be sad to see it go. We really love this one. 1970 AMC Rebel machine. If you have any interest, look us up on the website, www.gtsclassicmotors.com. You can check us out on Facebook or give us a call. Thanks for watching today, folks. Bye now.